We're looking at the 3.2 guided notes. Um, we're going to try and solve some inequalities with addition and subtraction. But before we do that, I want to take a step back. And this is stuff that we've already done and we should be comfortable doing. I want to take a look at the first two examples here, just these equalities. X minus 7 equals 11. What would we do to both sides to solve for x? Well, here we're going to add 7 to both sides. That's a plus. And then we get x by itself equals, and 11 plus 7 is 18. Okay, well that's great. Now I know how to solve that problem. And again, this is something that we've already done. And over here for this one, my variable's on the right-hand side, but that's okay. I still know that in order to get x by itself, I have to subtract 13. And here I'm going to subtract 13, and 2 minus 13 is negative 11. And that gives me my value for x. And I wanted to go through these problems because I just wanted to remind ourselves exactly how we solve these one-step problems with addition and subtraction. Now, when adding, that's a bad A. That is a bad A. When adding or subtracting terms from both sides of an inequality, we treat the problem the same as we would equalities. So those two problems that we just walked through, whenever we are solving for inequalities and we're adding and subtracting terms from both sides, we're going to treat it just the same. All right, but the big difference is that when we show the solution, we have to show it on a number line. Ooh. My troops are ready for battle. It's funny. Clash of the Clans. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Alright, so here we want to solve these following inequalities. So x minus 7 is less than or equal to 11. So let me read that again. X minus 7 is less than or equal to 11. Now, what I really want to focus on the x minus 7. What do I need to do to both sides to get x by itself? I need to add 7. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Plus 7. And now I can see that x is less than or equal to 18. Okay, so since I found a solution, now I need to show my solution on a number line. So let's get a number line out here. That's good. Draw my arrows. Draw my arrows. 18. Well, let's go ahead and get 18 on there. Here's 18. And again, whenever you do a number line for me, I just want a couple of, I want three values. Doesn't necessarily matter what they are. I just want to know that you know that there's a 0 involved, and everything to the left of that's negative, and everything to the right of it's positive. Now here, well, let's read this out loud. X is less than or equal to 18. And so, again, with the less than or equal to, those are going to be the closed circles. So here's my circle, and I'll close it in. And then I want to shade everything to the left because x is less than. So here we're shading to the left. And that's my solution. It's not very complicated. However, there are some little tiny tricks that we're going to see later on this week. So I want to make sure that we have this process down first. So please make sure as you're going through and solving these problems, even though they're sometimes a little simple and you can do them in your head, I still would prefer to see you show your work and show me your solution and then your solutions on a number line. Putting the solution on a number line is a must because it's the easiest way to show an infinite amount of solutions. Alright, so over here we have 2 is greater than x plus 13. So here's my x value, and I have my variable on the right hand side. Since it's plus 13, then I need to subtract 13 from both sides. So I'm going to subtract 13. 2 minus 13 is negative 11. And here's x. So this says that negative 11 is greater than x. So I need to show this on a number line. So let me get my number line out. There it is. Get my arrows that go forever. Tell me it goes on forever. Let's put 0 over here, and let's put 2 there, and then here is negative 11. Okay. Now, this is where I have to use Pac-Man. Pac-Man eats the bigger. And to me, that helps me remember what value is going to be bigger. My x values are going to be smaller. And again, if you have trouble with that, what if x was 0? This is my 0 test. First and foremost, before we do anything, x is my comparison number, or excuse me, negative 11 is my comparison number, and it's strictly greater than, so I'm going to put my open circle at 11. And now I need to decide, do I shade to the right or do I shade to the left? Well, here's 0. 0 is clearly to the right of negative 11. So if I put a 0 in for x, is negative 11 bigger than 0? I'll try that again. Is negative 11 bigger than 0? No. No, it is not. So then I shade to the other side, away from 0. So that's the way I use 0 as a 0 test. Over here, if I plug a 0 in for x, 0 is less than or equal to 18. So yeah, I shade towards 0. And again, if you're trying to determine, the question is, do I shade right or left? I've already put my circle or my closed circle in for my comparison number. And the question is, do I shade to the right or to the left? And this is where you try 0. So this is where I would do my 0 test. My 0 test. A 0 test. Okay? Again, the 0 test, that's where you plug 0 in. Vicky, I tell you what, I'm excited to read your newspaper. All right. So the homework for this section, homework for 3.2, we're going to do problems number, let's go 7 through 43 odd skis. Let's do all the odd ones this time. I've given evens a workout, so let's do odds this round. And if you see me in the hallways, I'd prefer a high five. Let's see if I can get some left-handed high fives. I haven't had very many left-handed high fives, so if you give me a left-handed high five on Monday, I'd really appreciate that.